Hello everybody. I'm here. It's about 4 o'clock. I'm making another video. I thought it was pretty cool. I bought this car, this diecast car. It's from NASCAR. It looks like it's a vintage car, and I bought it at a thrift store for $15, and I sold it for $39. And I wanted to show you guys how to pack something like this, so that it gets to your customer in good shape. Nothing too hard, but just wanted to show you. I thought this car was really cool. Look at that. I was wondering why they weren't buying it, and I changed the price. I had it at 55, and eventually it sold. I put it at $39, and it sold like in a minute. So when you get good items like this, it's okay to wonder why they're not selling, and usually it's the price. We want to make sure that we price things at fair market value, which is now with the internet, people have access to that. So if they have access to researching their market value, they're going to buy the least expensive one. And how do we do that? I'll probably make another video later. We have to go ahead and look up the sell-through rate, but this video is just specifically on packaging this little bad boy. So I got this box. It's already ready to go. I taped it from the inside, as you can see, because I don't want it's a pretty heavy car, and I don't want anything to, make the box open up. So this box, this car here is about 9 inches long. The box is 10 by 7 by 5. So it's 10 by 7 by 5. So this car is going to fit perfectly in there. This is one of the easier things to package, but it's definitely going to make your customer's day. I have this note once again. In my previous videos, I let you guys know what this note says. It says, "Thank you for purchasing from my small business. I hope that you enjoy the item that you purchased. Please feel free to email me if you should come across any issues, so that I may have a chance to resolve it before you leave a bad review." Sorry, I had a little technical difficulty, but so if you are happy with your item, it would really help my business if you could kindly leave a review. This is a great way to get reviews now, so you don't forget this letter, and you want to fold it so they kind of see the dear customer part. I just learned that recently. So I think I'll put this note right under the car, so that no matter what happens, this customer is going to get it. And we're starting the wrapping process. So I put it on top of bubble wrap. Sorry about that, folks. I'm having technical issues here. Okay, so here we go. Wrap it once. Okay. Then you go again another time. If you have enough bubble wrap where you can just cover it to the point where you can't see the car, that's even better. But see what I'm doing here? I'm just making sure that I cover everything. You can barely see the car there, and I'll just leave that there to hold. What I like to do, and this saves a lot of time, is cut little pieces of tape. You don't know how many pieces of tape you're going to use, so maybe have 5 of these at hand. That way you're not caught with your pants down. So we take piece number 1, and I'm gonna tape that right there. Piece number 2 goes here. And then piece number 3 here. So I'm just making it nice and tight. Nice and tight. So on top of this, we're also gonna have more protection. So this is kind of like, we'll say this is the second layer of protection. The box is the first layer of protection. See, I had 5 pieces, they already ran out so quick. And so I want to do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I cut it so easy. Okay, we're going to continue. So this is pretty much ready to go. I see there's a seam right here. I'm going to put a couple piece of tape here. 1 there, 1 there. Okay, so nothing in the box, folks. The car's here. Now, we want to make sure that the box is cushioned. So that's where paper comes in. You can buy this paper on Amazon, and it's great. I mean, back in the days we used to use newspaper to wrap things, glass and things like that. But now you can't find any newspaper. So this is a pretty good price. Just look on Amazon, try to find the best deal on paper, and you'll be good in your business. I'm showing you all the packing materials that I use. You know, these boxes, you can buy them also. But, you know, I've been doing this for a year. So I'm able to buy these now, but at first I wasn't. I was working in pest control, and what happened when I was working in pest control is, like, every time I would stop and do a service for a house, I would look around the trash cans and grab the boxes that were available, especially on trash day. There were so many boxes that I can grab and bring home that I didn't spend any money on boxes, and the only thing that I had to spend was maybe on packing materials. But you do want to make sure that your items look professionally packed, so that, you know, the customers will give you a review. Everything counts. Once again, sorry for that little technical difficulty. Bear with me, folks. Okay, I'll try. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. But okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a bed of paper on the bottom. Looks like we're doing a good time. It's 9 minutes and 20 seconds. If you're new, don't fret. It's okay. Just go ahead and take your time. The most important thing is that you do it right. So we don't want to package it so fast, and then you'll hear it from the customer. Trust me. So it looks kind of like that. I think I'll add a little bit more. The key word here is to fill the void. Fill the void, folks. Fill the void. So if you ever are in question of whether or not you need to fill the voids. Fill the voids. Secure your bag. You want to make sure that you get paid. And you want to make sure that you get paid and then you don't have to give the money back. It happens. You get returns, but if you do get a return, make sure that it's not the packaging, because it's heartbreaking. Now you have to give them back money, and you know how many times you can do that before you get discouraged. So let's do things right the first time. See how it's looking. See the voids? I'm just filling them up. So we have packing materials that we've been using are, of course, paper, bubble wrap. Bubble wrap, you can get it in a big roll, and so it's very economical once you know where to buy it. Also on Amazon or eBay. Just remember, eBay, every quarter eBay gives you a credit of $25. So, I just bought, what did I buy? I bought 12 by 8 boxes, and I bought 40 boxes, and I only paid $20 because they gave me that credit of $25 from eBay. So if you have a store subscription, you get that credit, and trust me, it comes in handy. Any expense that you can save on is going to improve your business. Now you can use that money to source more items. And so I'm just shooting off the cuff here, but it's great information. And so remember, we have to do the shake test. There's a thing called a shake test. So it's better that you add more paper than less paper. Make sure that it's snug in there. Closing up the box now. See, paper sticking out. That means there's a lot of paper there. That also means that this package is gonna get to the customer intact, and the customer's gonna be happy with it. I guarantee it. I can guarantee this because I've done it over 360 times. And I'll put a link to my store so you know the kind of things that I sell. I'm not the biggest seller, and I'm just starting this business, and I'm learning like you guys. I'm just learning, but might as well teach you what I know as we go along, because you probably started. I started last year, and I learned exactly from somebody else how to do this, packaging stuff. The reason I'm making these videos on packaging stuff is because when I first started, I was scared. And I can guarantee you, if you're starting this business yourself, you're probably scared too. You're probably like wondering, how do I do all this stuff? Before when I list these things like this car, you weigh them out. You got to get yourself a scale that weighs things, and to a maximum at least 50 pounds. So you can also use a food scale. I heard that those work also, because a lot of times we're measuring in ounces, and sometimes like the most that we can go, so the most, I guess, the best thing that you can do is buy one of those scales for weighing stuff. And like I said, get one that's up to 50 pounds. I haven't sold anything that's 50 pounds yet, but you never know. I think I've done like 20 pounds, like stereo systems and things like that. So shake test. They can drop it. So the reason we want to package it well is because The United States Postal Service, it's just a box to them. So if it's shaking around and there's voids in there, and let's say they put a stereo system on top of this box, it's just gonna smash it, and it could ruin your item. If it's glass, it's definitely gonna break. So maybe on another video, if I get one of these glass things, like a cup or something like that, I'll go ahead and do that for you, and show you how to package those, because those were really hard for me in the beginning also. So, and actually one of the first things I sold was a cup. So there you go, you know, like some of the hardest things are presented to you when you first start. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and let me know. Once again, I'm happy to make these videos. If you need me to make another packaging video, just let me know. Whatever it is, I have a whole bunch of things here that I probably have something similar to what it is. And just let me know what you have, what you want me to package, and I'll go ahead and do it. Thank you for watching, and go ahead and like and subscribe if you like. Thank you.